Visit us on onestepenglish.com. Listening. Directions in listening section, you will hear monologues, dialogues, and academic talks.
A new bat for Maria.
Spring had come. For Maria and her friends, spring meant one thing: baseball. Maria would be playing ball at the park every day after school. This year she hoped to hit her first home run. Maria wanted to buy a new baseball bat. First, she walked to Lou's superstore. "I'm looking for just the right baseball bat," she told Lou. Lou thought for a minute. He walked to the back of the store and looked around. Then Lou reached inside a box and pulled out a big bat. "Try this one," he said. Maria took for the bat and a baseball outside. First, she threw the ball into the air. Then, she swung her bat. Crack! The ball flew up high. It sailed over the huge sign that said, "Lou's Superstore." Finally, the ball landed on the grass far away. Maria ran inside the store. "I'll take the bat," she told Lou.
Number 1. What is the main idea of the story?
Letter A. Maria and her friends play baseball every spring. Letter B. Maria wanted a new baseball bat. Letter C. Lou sells good baseball bats.
The correct answer is letter B. Maria wanted a new baseball bat.
Number 2. Which of these things happened first?
Letter A. Maria took a bat and a baseball outside. Letter B. Lou reached inside a box. Letter C. Maria walked to Lou's superstore.
The correct answer is letter C. Maria walked to Lou's superstore.
Number 3. What happened just before the ball landed on the grass?
Letter A. The ball sailed over a huge sign. Letter B. Spring had come. Letter C. Maria ran inside the store.
The correct answer is letter A. The ball sailed over a huge sign.
Reading.
In this section, you will be required to read 2 passages on varying topics. After each passage, you will answer questions to test your ability to understand vocabulary, writer's point of view, factual information and sentence structures.
Reading number 1. What is cooking? Learn the art of preparing food and all the cooking techniques you should know. Source: www.masterclass.com.
Number 1. How do you get started with cooking?
Letter A. Essentially, practice transforming something into something else. Letter B. Be patient until you can see the patterns and begin to map your favorite routes inside the kitchen. Letter C. Try multiple types of cooking that occur side by side in any given recipe.
The correct answer is letter B. Be patient until you can see the patterns and begin to map your favorite routes inside the kitchen.
Number 2. Why is it important to know cooking techniques?
Letter A. It will eventually open up a whole other realm of expression in your cooking. Letter B. It will help define your style. Letter C. Cooking is an art.
The correct answer is letter A. It will eventually open up a whole other realm of expression in your cooking.
Number 3. What was the text all about?
Letter A. Some techniques in cooking. Letter B. Which is the best technique in cooking? Letter C. What you should know about cooking.
The correct answer is letter C. What you should know about cooking. Reading number 2. COVID-19 doesn't discriminate, but societies do. Say women frontliners. Source: news.un.org.
Number 1. Why is there a need to address the fundamental flaws and inequalities which the pandemic has exposed?
Letter A. To find out who are accountable. Letter B. To be able to stop it immediately. Letter C. To urgently find solution and avoid it next time.
The correct answer is letter C. To urgently find solution and avoid it next time.
Number 2. What was Professor Gilbert from Oxford University in the United Kingdom concerned regarding inequality?
Letter A. During this pandemic, women were given more difficult tasks over male scientists. Letter B. Of the senior positions in the team, only 1/3 are women, More needs to be done so that women can progress in the field and other disciplines. Letter C. Preparations made to update the vaccine are only assigned to male researchers.
The correct answer is letter B. Of the senior positions in the team, only 1/3 are women. More needs to be done so that women can progress in the field and other disciplines.
Number 3. The author suggests that.
Letter A. There are obvious inequalities at work between women and males in the field of COVID-19 vaccine development. Letter B. The government has all lost out on their talent and expertise because of the unresolved issues. Letter C. Manufacturers should form new partnerships in diverse geographical locations to manufacture vaccines.
The correct answer is letter A. There are obvious inequalities at work between women and males in the field of COVID-19 vaccine development.
You've reached the mid part of the video. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe.
Vocab. In this section, you will learn vocabulary words with its meanings and examples. In the test, there are 5 questions and you have 10 seconds to answer each question.
Vast. An adjective. Of very great extent or quantity, immense.
Example. New Zealand is gifted with a vast plain of farmlands.
Predictable. An adjective. Able to be predicted.
Example. The pandemic has presented a market that is never predictable.
Inequality. A noun. Difference in size, degree, circumstances, etc. Lack of equality.
Example. Martin Luther King Jr. was a strong opponent of race inequality.
Livelihood. A noun. A means of securing the necessities of life.
Example. A great concern during the pandemic was the loss of livelihood for many people.
Entrepreneurship. A noun. The activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit.
Example. The Philippine Congress has released funds to encourage entrepreneurship in rural communities.
Quiz time.
Number 1. Some horror movies can be sometimes. An adjective. Able to be predicted.
Letter A. Entrepreneurship. Letter B. Inequality. Letter C. Vast. Letter D. Livelihood. And letter E. Predictable.
The correct answer is letter E. Some horror movies can be sometimes predictable.
Number 2. There are some laws that prevent racial discrimination and. A noun. Difference in size, degree, circumstances, etc. Lack of equality.
Letter A. Entrepreneurship. Letter B. Inequality. Letter C. Vast. Letter D. Livelihood. And letter E. Predictable.
correct answer is letter B. There are some laws that prevent racial discrimination and inequality.
Number 3. A audience watched the piano recital last week. An adjective. Of very great extent or quantity, immense.
Letter A. Entrepreneurship. Letter B. Inequality. Letter C. Vast. Letter D. Livelihood. And letter E. Predictable.
The correct answer is letter C. A vast audience watched the piano recital last week.
Number 4. My grandfather's farm was his main source of. A noun. A means of securing the necessities of life.
Letter A. Entrepreneurship. Letter B. Inequality. Letter C. Vast. Letter D. Livelihood. And letter E. Predictable.
The correct answer is letter D. My grandfather's farm was his main source of livelihood.
Number 5. My aunt is a businesswoman. She took. When she was in college. A noun. The activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit.
Letter A. Entrepreneurship. Letter B. Inequality. Letter C. Vast. Letter D. Livelihood. And letter E. Predictable.
The correct answer is letter A. My aunt is a businesswoman. She took entrepreneurship when she was in college.
Speaking section.
What makes a great film?
When do you say that the movie was worth your money? Of course, one has to consider the script, character, acting, timing, sound, and visuals in a movie. All of these elements are important in making a great film, but let's highlight the one thing that I personally think that strongly defines a movie, something that can make or break it: storytelling. Cinema is all about storytelling, and pretty much everything you put into a film, dialogue, props, lighting, a song, or even edit, communicates something to your audience. A good technique is incorporating into films time and time again a subtext. This is all about the subtle messages a filmmaker is trying to convey to his audience without explicitly coming out and stating them. When it is over-explained or has clunky expositional scenes, the story begins to feel quite heavy or sometimes boring. The audience is being told what's going on instead of being allowed to explore the story and figure it out them. Movies can be a good source of inspiration. It should present a good story that carries valuable life lessons. Movies should be storytelling that can directly and tightly connect the teller and audience. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Visit us on onestepenglish.com.